So we've got Lynn Easton on the line here. We were getting ready to record the next level about Jose Villas part 2, and we started to talk about the coronavirus. And I was thinking that our listeners would really love to hear, Lynn, your perspective on it. I know that you're in touch with people, David Beam, Todd Fiskus, Marcy, a lot of people. We're all talking about it. What are you feeling about it right now in terms of how it might impact your business and just how you're thinking about it in general? I think people are scared. We don't know what to do. We're right at the beginning of this in the United States. What do you think?
Gosh, so throughout all of our businesses, through our venues and restaurants, we are definitely, we're in meetings going, okay, so let's look at what's going to happen in the next 4 months. So I think it's very, very sobering. What is happening. And, for our brides, we've got we do have two brides who are getting married in Italy, and, the brides are obviously very anxious. We are trying to work with them to say, let us stay the course. It's not until July. We don't know how, what the timeline on this is going to be.
So moving forward right now, as if there is no issue for in the future.
Yes. And the reality is, as we, anybody in the biz knows, you're not getting your deposits back. So we'll literally, we just came back from Thailand, and we were, it was pretty tricky because the virus was clearly already active 2 weeks ago, and the wedding went ahead, but it lost 100 people in doing so. But no one's going to get any refunds. So,
well, can I say something about the deposit just for a moment? Because I'm having discussions with people, and some people feel that these are, I call them creative partners instead of vendors, that they need to give deposits back. And I'm saying, no, hold on a minute. Whether it's called, quote unquote, an act of God, force majeure, whatever this is, I feel that we should not take 100% responsibility and therefore share it with our clients in a sense. I mean, it's a horrible, terrible thing. But let's just say that they've given a 50% deposit and the balance is 50. A lot of us are talking about keeping the 50% deposit, but not requiring the balance so that we share with the client.
I think that's exactly right. And you keep it because you're going to use it when it's applicable in the future.
So if there's an open date, will you reschedule the event and apply the deposit? Will you do that?
We will. But we're also going to, if there's a scope change, which is going to require more work, then we will probably be charging for that. If you've all of a sudden, if you're having to start the wedding over again,
right,
and you were going to get married in Como, and now you're going to get married in Napa, and we're starting from a completely, again,
sure,
we're going to figure out how to be fair. Obviously they need to compensate for us the fact that we've had a venue change, and we're going to be as gentle as possible because obviously.
But we've got to share
we've got to share
the burden of this is the point.
Right. And the same thing for us. Like if you had a vacation planned and you decide, at a boutique hotel that requires, and you're not going, you're not expecting the hotel to give you all your money back. It's whether you're a consumer or no matter which side you're on, we're all going to have to be flexible on this. So I read this really great article in the New York Times the other day, and it was about essentially the psychology of the virus and the fact that, this global panic has set in. And it made the point that it's a little bit analogous to when we have a plane go down, and anyone who has a little fear of flying, all of a sudden it's like, oh, I'm not gonna fly. And then like a week later, another plane goes down, and then people are like, I'm not gonna fly at all. Even though there are, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of flights that are always going up, and it's just a drop in the bucket how many planes go down. What the article was saying, it's like literally like every day a plane is crashing. That's how this, like we're seeing people walk out, completely suited up and taking people's temperatures, and it's created this massive anxiety. And I think what is really going to be interesting is to look back 10 years from now. I don't think this is going to be the only virus. I think we're going to have these viruses are going to come. They now know that they are going to be coming more often.
Yeah.
And it's going to be, I think we're going to have to find in 10 years that this is a little bit of the way we live our lives. We're going to be washing our hands a whole lot.
Right.
So I am one of those people that believes we need to carry on and you need to wash your hands a lot. So
yeah, I feel the same. The way I'm dealing with it is I'm not getting hysterical. I'm not going out and filling the refrigerator and the freezer. I'm not doing that. But I am being as careful as I can. I'll tell you, Lynn, it's funny. The other day I went to the gym to work out, and I thought to myself, whoa, okay, I have gloves, workout gloves, but then, I hit a button to open the door, like, damn, I just used my fingers.
Right.
Shoot.
Right.
Then I go in and I start grabbing the bars in a certain way, and
Right.
to have my fingers not, and then I reach to change the weights and I just touched the pin to change the weights.
Right.
It's
Right.
impossible. And so I'm
It
not
is.
going to drive myself crazy. I'm going to be as careful as I can be, but I'm not going to go crazy with this. And the bottom line is most of us, if we get it, are going to have it for 2 or 3 days. That's the odds. Maybe if you can read to the crowd here what David Beam sent you, I love that. That really helped put it in perspective.
That was great. I do one thing that I want to add, though, is that it does, I think, depend on where you live and how you're feeling about this. So, for example, in Charleston, there's where we have an office, literally no one's thinking about this. There's not a mask in sight. Everybody's out. Everything is full tilt. But, my son lives in San Francisco and they have stocked the fridge. And the state is in a state of emergency. So it is really interesting.
Well, that might be different if there's a state of emergency.
Within our great country, there's a lot of people are experiencing this thing very differently. It is
the disparity between the different areas.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. So this is what David sent me. He said, one of the worst days so far for the coronavirus was the 10th of February. And on that day, 108 people in China died of the coronavirus. But on the same day, 26,283 people died of cancer, 24,000 people died of heart disease, 4,300 people died of diabetes. And on that day, suicide, unfortunately, took more than the virus did by 28 times.
Wow.
Moreover, mosquitoes will kill 2,700 people every day. Humans will kill 1,300 fellow humans every day. And snakes kill 137 people every day. Take a deep breath and wash your hands.
That does put it in perspective.
Good perspective, exactly.
Seriously, you got to think about the odds, and the odds are so low that it'll happen to us. Not to say we shouldn't be careful, but I think putting that in perspective is really important.
Exactly. Carry on and wash your hands is my motto.
Carry on and wash your hands. All right. Well, thanks for getting on the mic about this.
Absolutely.